Hello everybody, I hope you guys are doing fantastic. I am also doing great. So today's video is going to be very interesting. The topic for today's video is the benefits of Canadian PR. So आज की वीडियो में I will basically try to cover exhaustively almost all the things that matter to you in terms of getting a Canadian PR and what are the benefits for that. But first things first, do subscribe to my channel because बहुत सपोर्ट करता है मेरे को and I'm trying to build this channel. So let's not waste any time and let's start the video. So guys, the first thing that comes to my mind when we talk about the benefits of the Canadian PR is the medical benefit. Now, this is one of the most important reasons why most of the people actually come to Canada. Canada as a country spends about 11 to 12% of the national budget only on medical expenses. What that basically means is that they want to build a great medical infrastructure, that's number one, and number two, they just don't want to build and maintain that infrastructure. The big thing is that they want to give this infrastructure to their citizens and their PR for free. Yes, you heard it right. Canada is among one of the few countries in the world which basically gives medical benefits free of cost to their citizens and the PR. Well, when everything sounds good and great, there are always caveats. Caveats in this case, this doesn't cover the dental expenses and this also doesn't cover the medicine expenses. So as a culture in Canada, most of the people who work, they get insurance cover on these 2 points from their employer. So that is how it is maintained as a full coverage. If you don't have the coverage from your employer, most of the people have to and are also suggested to actually buy an insurance to cover the dental and the medicinal expenses. I think this is one of the biggest reasons why most people actually are attracted to Canada and the Canadian immigration programs. Education in Canada is considered to be one of the best in the world. Well, this is obviously arguable. However, that is what is considered. The second benefit of a Canadian PR is world-class and free education. What basically that means is, Canada spends a lot of money in their national budget in terms of educational expense as well. Just like medical expenses and their commitment towards building good medical infrastructure, they also want to build a great educational infrastructure, which of course they have. And there is a lot of money to basically maintain that as well. Now, this is point number one, and you guessed it right. They are also committed to give the education free of cost to all the school-going children. Yes, you heard it right. So basically, all the school-going children, the education is absolutely free. Now, you obviously have a choice where you could send your children to other schools as well and pay for it. But the difference between the free education and not so free education over here is not very much, and most of the children actually go to the government educational institutes or the government institutes only. Not only that, the expense for the college education, if you are a citizen or a PR holder, is also drastically low as compared to an international student. So this was the second benefit of a Canadian PR. Now the third benefit. Third benefit is for the people who are parents to little kids. Now if you have a child which is less than 18 years old, so Canadian government basically helps you in terms of bringing that child up. What does that mean? That basically means that in Canada, the government is a federal government, which is usually a central government, and a provincial government, which is basically a state government. In Canada, the central and the state government both pay some amount of money to you to basically bring your child up. So if you are in British Columbia or in Ontario, which are the two biggest provinces of Canada, you basically get around $500 to $600 a month, which is quite a lot of money. So now let's move to the fourth benefit. Fourth benefit is basically about the work permit and freedom to work anywhere in Canada. If you are coming to any part of the world or any foreign country, you basically need a work permit to work freely in that country. That usually comes if you pay a lot of money, or it basically comes if a company requires that kind of a skill set that probably only you have. So what that basically means is that you cannot freely apply to any company or the work of your choice. But if you are a Canadian PR, you can actually apply for any job in any province if you are coming via the Express Entry program, which is obviously a great thing because this economy is a matured economy. However, the unemployment rates are pretty low and you can actually get a choice of your job if you search for it meticulously. Canada being a big country has a lot of job opportunities and a lot of different industries. Those industries are IT industries, construction industries, and so on and so forth. You can actually study about them before you move over here to Canada. Now let's move to the next point. Now let's discuss the fifth point, guys. Fifth point is very interesting. Fifth point is that most of the people who come here as a Canadian PR actually want to become a Canadian citizen. And why is that so? That is precisely because the Canadian passport is fourth most powerful passport in the world. What does that mean? That basically means that you can actually travel to 183 countries without any visa. This includes the United States. This also includes Australia and European countries. What I basically mean to say is that you become extremely employable in a lot of countries and your movement in a lot of countries becomes much easier. So your Canadian PR card is also not less powerful. On your Canadian PR also you can actually go visa free to a lot of countries to visit, and these countries would be around 20 countries. You can actually Google it and check it. So your Canadian PR card is not just a gateway to basically become a Canadian citizen. It is also very powerful. So the sixth benefit of a Canadian PR is basically that you get to live with a great set of people and in a great community. What that basically means is, although I have not lived in this country for a very long time, but then for the period that I have lived in, the people over here are very, very hospitable, very well mannered, and also very accepting. So if you're coming from a different country, you basically want some kind of a comfort, and also you want that people should accept you if you're coming as an immigrant or if you're coming even for visiting. So I've visited a lot of countries where I have not found myself to be welcomed, but in this place the people have been very, very welcoming. Not just welcoming, they actually go out of their way to help you in case you are stuck somewhere. Just to give you an example, when we landed in Canada, the first thing that I basically encountered was that I was stuck with a lot of luggage and I was not able to pass through a particular door because I had 2 trolleys and it was becoming very difficult. Voluntarily, there was a gentleman who came and started helping me. Now, obviously, this can happen anywhere else in the world, but this is the first example. And after that, I have had several such examples where people have welcomed me and actually tried to help me out, going out of their way. So the next point, which is also very close to my heart, is a great environment. When I say great environment, what does that mean? It basically means a pollution-free and beautiful environment that I'm sitting in. The place that I'm sitting in right now has an AQI of 20 or 26, which basically means that the quality of air is very, very good. Just to give you a background, the average AQI of Shanghai is around 200. Average AQI in Delhi is around 300 plus. Average AQI in London is around 70, and so on and so forth. So basically what I mean to say is that Canada is one of the few countries which is very, very green and pollution free, and you actually can feel it when you breathe. So the 8th point is crime. So crime rate in Canada is actually pretty low. Well, you should not be stupid in any part of the world as far as crime is concerned, and definitely you should take care of your own self and not do stupid things. However, if you try to compare, according to travelchannel.com, Canada is the 6th most safe country in the world. This basically also means that people trust the police over here, they have respect for the police, and police also has a very rapid response. I really hope that nobody actually gets to use the services from police. However, the crime rate is pretty low. Just to give another benchmark, Canada is considered to be 5 or 6 times less in terms of crime as compared to the US. Just for interest, according to travelchannel.com, Canada is the 6th most safe country in the world. Just for your general knowledge, Iceland and New Zealand are first and second. The next point that I want to talk to you about is the great social security. While most of the points that I have actually mentioned right now are also some or the other way linked to social security, however, I just wanted to specifically mention this because of the pandemic that has just happened. Now, not many countries in the world have that kind of money to actually support their citizens in terms of giving them cash to survive in case they lose their job, in case they lose their jobs. Canada actually has done that, and probably along with a few developed nations, this is also one of the nations which gives a great social security in case something like this happens. Now, pandemic is something which comes in once in a century, but still it did. And while obviously it is very tough to survive, the government stepped in and did whatever they could to help people as much as they could. And that help was in the range of around $2,000 per month. So just to give you a ballpark, if you have around $2,000 per month, the rent over here is around $1,000 to $1,500 if you are living in not so great place and not so big place, I would say, and your groceries are around $500 to $600. So basically they tried to just cover for your rent and the groceries. So the next point is about being in a matured economy. While most of the people will agree that you should be part of a growing economy because they give you a lot of opportunity, however, there are some advantages of being a part of a matured economy as well. Matured economy gives you a better rate of interest. What basically that means is that the rate of interest for buying your house, the mortgages, basically mortgages, is over here in a matured economy is around 1 to 3%. And if you compare this with the growing economies such as in India, you get the mortgage rates are around 9 to 10%. Now what that basically means is that if you have decent income and if you can afford to pay a down payment, you can actually buy your own house pretty quickly over here. So that doesn't mean that you can right away buy a house. It basically means is what it basically means is that if both the people are earning and they are earning pretty okay, I would not say great, but okay, you can actually afford a house pretty easily as compared to what you can afford in your home country, such as in India in my case. And guys, the last point, which is one of my favorites, is the natural beauty. Well, after this point, I will also show you an aerial view of where exactly I am, although it has become quite dark right now, but still I will show you. So what natural beauty basically means for me is that you can actually explore a lot and travel a lot. Most of the countries have their own kind of a topography. However, Canada has their own unique kind of a topography which is very different from the other countries. Like Europe is very different from what India is, and India is very different from what Canada is. So if you're a travel buff, you are going to absolutely love this place because one, it is a big country, it has different kinds of weathers, it has different kinds of geographies, and you will definitely love it. The northern part of Canada is pretty much frozen, but you can actually see the northern lights, which you can see only in some parts of Norway. Toronto is pretty much frozen right now and it has a lot of snowfall. However, Vancouver is pretty good over here. The season in Vancouver is pretty much just like Shimla. So since I have lived in Shimla for some time, I can actually relate this weather to Shimla a lot. Vancouver gets snowfall, but barely for about 10 or 15 days. So it gets snowfall only for the time that it doesn't trouble you in your day-to-day life. I hope you guys like this video, and if you have any other questions, you can just drop in your comment. I will definitely revert to you. Last but not the least, guys, I have done a lot of research to actually come up with this video, and if you like the video, do subscribe to my channel. It really means a lot to me. Thank you so much for watching, and now I will leave you with an aerial shot of the place where I am right now. Thank you for watching.